On? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We're breaking down week 8 of the NFL slate. We're it wasn't that many games because I think it was like 6 teams or 8 teams on a bye this week, so pretty
Good
short
teams
slate.
too.
But yeah, as always, action packed. A lot of favorites won. Not many dogs this week, honestly. But as always, before we jump into this, actually go down, like, subscribe, comment what you thought of this slate. Any bets y'all may have fucking won because I know I didn't. But I'm Paul Pick a winner, but I'm joined with.
You already know, man. It's your boy Kev Waterboy. It's your boy, aka the Don P.O.A., but always the real on your screen. And this week was some bullshit. My team sucked. My pick sucked. My fantasy ate, but this week sucked.
I believe there was only two total dogs that won this week, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to double check. I just don't know if I think Texans may have been favorites against the 49ers. And if that's the case, that means only two dogs. So, like, if a lot of favorites came in and just took care of it. And none of these games are really close because if you're looking down the slate, it's like double digit points. Other than the Jets and Bengals, every other game is double digits.
This is a boring ass week of football. I mean, not boring because there were some plays and shit. I remember like watching the red zone and we're just looking like, wow, none of these games are within one possession. Like there's besides for the Jets and Bengals, nobody at 1 o'clock were even competitive.
That's honestly where we should open it up at. The only one possession game on the slate, 39-38. Jets get their first win of the game. And it comes down to a trick play where Brees Hall throws the fucking touchdown. He gets the ball, fakes the run, throws it to Mason Taylor, who I was sweating an anytime touchdown score. I had Mason Taylor, he's like plus 300 to score a touchdown. I took that bet. I sweated that bitch the whole game, all the way into the fourth quarter. 2 minutes left. He finally catches that bitch, and it won them the game. Jets finally get a win. Justin Fields is back on everyone's good side, it looks like, over there for the time being. Uh, Joe Flacco, on the other hand, he may have lost, but Jamar Chase owners fucking love Joe Flacco from a fantasy standpoint right now.
Facts.
How did
I
you feel about
mean,
this action-packed game?
I think this game was like the Jets were getting fucked up for a minute. Like it looked like it was about to be a normal Jets week. Bengals, Joe Flacco was literally looking like him for no reason. So I really thought I didn't see a comeback even slightly. But then we learned how bad the Bengals defense is, especially late in the game. To let them boys go hit. What got me was the fact that not that they scored two touchdowns, like when they were down 15 or when they were down, yeah, when they were down 14. But it's the fact that he went for two on the first touchdown.
It's probably the
And
analytics,
and
baby.
wait, but they didn't get it and challenged it. Yeah, I remember watching that challenge, like, no way. That's when I knew the Jets were finally gonna get a dub. But not when they scored that last touchdown off the trick play. That shit fucked me up. But it was when they did that shit. I was like, oh, Aaron Glenn said, yo, I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving this bitch with
All
something
on the
because
line.
I
The
feel
fourth
like
quarter was so many fucking points from both teams.
yeah, that shit wasn't pretty insane. And I feel like the end of the third was also pretty crazy. So like this game was just like a tale of two halves almost. I feel like the beginning was very slow. And it was just like, oh, the Bengals are gonna run away with it. But the Jets just stayed in contention. And after that, they made it a ball game. It's just fun. I don't think I'm glazing Justin Fields at all. I think this was a big running thing. I think Brees Hall was the name that I haven't heard get called in a minute. And so him to do what he did, I know a lot of Houston, a lot of fantasy on his bench, but the Jets did what they did needed to do to win, and it wasn't play defense.
Yeah, shout out the Jets also just because I mean I took the Bengals, but I shout out the Jets because four people in our Survivor League picked the Bengals. They are out of there. Fucking the Jets took
I,
care of it. Down to 11 going into
bro,
week 9.
I was pushing you to take the fucking Bengals. I was like, yo, bro, think about it. If you bet against the Jets at any time this year in your Survivor League, you'd be eating.
Nah, bro. I'm
But
not I'm
but
not
last
going
thing,
because of a mediocre team.
I'm crying. Last thing I do have to say about this game is I will respect the Jets up to the last 5 minutes of this game. Because I will say when they got the stop on fourth, and then when they got the stop on fourth, because Joe Flacco was right there at field goal range. Like they could have really made it happen and kicked the field goal, and I would have been talking shit Bengals all day. But boy, they got that stop on 4th and 9, and it's not like it was a crazy stop. Receiver dropped the ball, but corner made it kind of tough, difficult for him. And then seeing the Jets end the game in a fucking kneel, I was like, oh, this was fucking absolute cinema for no reason.
And who would have thought that was the only competitive game throughout the whole slate? Because
Yeah,
that
that's
wasn't the one everyone was running to go see.
that was the only one to watch at 1 o'clock too. And for some reason, that shit took forever.
Huh? You say Tua? Is that what I heard?
Oh, we can go to us next because I got some shit to say.
Yeah, Dolphins win 34-10 over the Falcons. Kev, we got our second win on the season. Two of those four touchdowns. Both our running backs get a touchdown. This was a get right game. Kirk Cousins, honestly, I don't. Not only did Kirk Cousins not get it done, but as a B John fantasy owner, he's been consistent every week. Even when
I
Alligator steals a touchdown here or there, he's there. He's doing work in the receiving game. This week, all he had to show for it was that fumble in the second half. Uh, but Dolphins, this is we needed this. It feels good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys played bonkers. Shout out y'all boys for playing well. I was telling niggas like on us, I told niggas last week that we are not the team to be able to underestimate anybody. So we need to come in locked in and come in playing the same way we played the Bills, electric, lit, ready to take risk. Like this, I had to watch this game on the red zone because our offense was that terrible. Like 3 and out, 3 and out, 6, 5 and out. What the fuck? Field goal, cool. Like there was no production, and Bijan has 5 touches in the first half. Alligator has 4 yards on. It was a touchdown at the end of the game, and like I had Alligator starting the fantasy because Jameer Gibbs was on a bot, so I knew that he was gonna steal a teddy. I already knew that was coming. I just didn't think it was gonna be the only motherfucking touchdown in the game. No offensive production, defense letting Tua slice and dice him. I understand he's just trying to feed his kids and shit, but boy, what the fuck? You let Tua slice and dice you? But
Yeah,
y'all played well. Shout out y'all boys.
yeah. McDaniel called a perfect game. We're running plays that look very reminiscent of what we were doing like 2 years ago. We were actually moving the ball down, the medium, intermediate throws. The running game looks great with Achane and Ollie Gordon. Defense actually came in to tackle. That was the big difference for me. Our defense actually came to show up. But yeah, no.
Bullshit.
Drake London was out. Maybe that would have been a little different maker too.
Nah. You seen I didn't say anything about Kirk specifically. I just said the offense. Because no matter who we would have had, even if we had Michael Penix and we had like better drives, there wouldn't have been like we're too much of an off and on team. We can't come ready to play the Bills on point, and then we play the 49ers like some jokes.
And I feel like this is the first time where we get shit done in the first half a lot because we came out to an early lead against the Panthers. We're competitive with certain teams early, and it's usually the second half. This is the first game where I feel like through all 4 quarters we're a complete team. Uh, because when we were up 17-3 coming out of half, that's usually whenever shit starts turning south for us, and that's when we forced a Bijan fumble when we and which led into a 7 points for us on after he fumbled it. And then the very next drive, y'all, I don't know why, but y'all go for it on fourth down on your own like fucking 40 or whatever. And Kirk Cousins incomplete deep ball. It always pisses me off, even if it's not my team. If it's a short and fourth and the quarterback throws a deep shot, it's like, bro, all we need was like 2 yards. Fucking just get them 2 yards. We'll live another down.
And you have a million screenplays. But I ain't gonna lie, I only allow that or like to see that when it's AJ Brown 1-on-1 on fourth down. I'm like, all right, Jalen Hurts, you could throw that up. But everybody else, nah, bro, stop that.
Keeping it pushing though. Shout out Dolphins. We're still alive, bro. This is the start of a 10-game win streak until we go to
Just,
the playoffs.
just chill. But I will say that you guys are not a 30 ranked team. Like y'all can definitely climb up to be like anywhere from 18 peaking to like 24. But us, who we're looking like a fucking top 12 to 15 team, we're taking steps back. Now we're looking like we finishing like we're in the like 21 to 24 type range.
We we run the AFC East. Don't let the records fool you.
Just chill, just chill, just chill.
Then we got the Ravens taking care of business against the Bears. We're both on the Bears as the dog, and it makes sense. But then we forgot Caleb Williams kind of also stinks of football here and there. Um,
Yeah, that shit was crazy because they were a dog even though Lamar was out. And I'm thinking we're looking like, oh, Vegas is cooked. They thought they got one.
I had a 2 touchdown parlay for some people. Derrick Henry was a part of it, and he got the 2 touchdowns. The Bears' biggest weakness is against the run, and Derrick Henry definitely exploited that. He didn't have the crazy yards, but when he in the red zone, that's when all it matters. You go get them fucking 14 points with them legs, boy. Uh, Caleb Williams couldn't even throw a fucking touchdown this whole game against one of the worst defenses in the league. I don't know if that is more towards the Bears side of things because he wasn't looking bad, but it was against mediocre competition on his 4 game win streak. Not saying the Ravens defense isn't that, but I don't know how to judge these two teams at this point.
Yeah, I mean Lamar's coming back and y'all gotta play the niggas. So like
Short
you
week.
gonna you gonna find out quite fast. Like literally tomorrow. But I like y'all to win that game. But we can talk about that later.
Moving
But the
on,
Bears, I think the Bears are a team that is going to have a high record, but they're still the fourth. They're still the third best team in their division, and they can sneak into the play. They're going to be a sneaky team in the playoffs, but that's only if their defense stays balling. If their defense is to be like the number one takeaway team again, I think that's where you see the Bears like kind of really like stomping on shit. But besides for that, this team is just a team that has average team with an easy schedule.
there are the Bears are like that. If 3 teams from the NFC North go to the playoffs, it's like that fucking clown emoji with the clown with the fucking soldiers that go to.
Nah, it's those dragons, like the two serious
Yeah,
ass killer dragons. And the Packers just looking like
one team that didn't have a shot this week was the Panthers. They put up 9 in their home game with Andy Dalton, where the Bills put up 40. James Cook, 216 yards and 2 touchdowns on the fucking ground on 19 carries. He averaged over 10 yards per carry. This was a career high, I believe a franchise record, if I wasn't mistaken. Bills got destroyed here.
no,
I
the Bills
mean,
did
Panthers
destroy.
got destroyed. Bills just laid an absolute ass whooping.
Bro, this game was so bad that I forgot it happened. I'm thinking the Bills are on bye this week. Cause I was about to say earlier when you said AFC East runs the we run the AFC East, I was like, oh, you guys all did win this week, didn't you? But like the Bills are a problem. Again, they figured it out after losing to two average to slightly mediocre teams. They figured it out. They're back locked in, and they're telling if you're not supposed to be there, they're getting you the fuck up out of there.
There's the conversations beginning with Chuba Hubbard and Rico Dowdle. Chuba Hubbard, once again, ineffective on the ground, but they continue to give him carries because they paid him, and that was RB1. Whereas Rico Dowdle, 8 carries, 54 yards. Some people screaming for more usage. Looking, moving forward, we're just going to continue monitoring that. But yeah, this is absolute ass whooping.
Yeah, I think they probably have to start throwing the fuck out the ball because you're getting your ass beat. But
Andy Dalton was
no,
murdered out
yeah,
there.
I was say no Bryce, no business.
Texans beat 49ers 26-15. Another game that we were on the opposite side of. CJ Stroud, 318 yards, 2 touchdowns. Who would have thought? Like, he had beaten mediocre competition, and I didn't want to accept, okay, maybe because he was looking pretty shitty to start the season. But maybe they swagger back. Not saying the 49ers have the best defense, but this is a team that wins ball games. And for him to come out, put up 26, they look like a competent team. Arguably the best defense in the league. If you watch Pat McAfee, Bruce Arians, BA, he put out his all BA team halfway through the season, and overall defense, he named the Texans as the best overall defense on the AFC side of things. So
Wait, does he not work for the Bucks?
I don't know if he still has that one because they made up a role for him.
Yeah, they just
He can
needed
kind of
like
do whatever
this.
the fuck he wants. He won a Super Bowl, and they made up a role for him, so he can kind of do whatever he wants. I think right now
That's
But yeah,
funny.
he'd be on the Pat McAfee show like every Tuesday or so, and he made an All BA team where he gave it eight NFC and AFC side like best quarterback, best running back, best RC, and best defense on AFC side. He gave it to the Texans.
Yeah, I mean that's my
Showcased
defensive
it this week.
fantasy. That's my defensive fantasy. But Paul, why is every team that I talk good about won? Like the fact that I said, like, if you came in this bitch talking about why are the Texans the favorite? And I'm just like, because the Texans play defense. It's
Yeah,
just the offense is fucking shitty. And then this week, CJ Stroud learned how to ball again. CJ Stroud and Tua need to be investigated because they just checking out the gambling and shit. I'm just throwing that out there.
and we'll give credit to defense because he's Christian McCaffrey, who was like number one or two in all-purpose yards. Right, he put up 25 fucking rushing yards. So hey, bottled that motherfucker up. Got an
They,
interception on Mac Jones, and I think got like a few sacks to go along with it.
they wasn't fucking off good. I respect the hustle.
Yeah, they were up 16-0. Yeah, I want to say I know I wasn't tripping. I remember like looking over at this game like early, like damn 16-0. Like fuck, like yeah, Texas beating the fuck fucking the Niners.
Bro, when I tell you Red Zone had the most trouble all week because there were no good games. So they're just like, all right, let's go check in to see what the Texans and 49ers are doing. Okay, off to the next one. Oh,
The Eagles beat the Giants, and I stuck with this as my survivor pick, and it didn't matter because Colts took care of business too. But I stuck with the Eagles here. They win 38-20. And when Saquon broke off that fucking 65 rushing touchdown in like the first 15 seconds, I was like, I'm a fucking genius. This is
bro.
why I make the moves the way I make them. Like fucking, of course. But it was a ball game a little bit early. Shout out Cam Scatterboo, terrible injury. Hopefully T's and P's. Hopefully you do better. He probably out for the season. They calling it a dislocated ankle, broken ankle. Like just everything is that ankle just did a whole 360. So hopefully everything goes well with him because he is the
Yeah.
heart and soul.
I didn't even see that. Once I heard about the injury, I didn't even go watch the game, kid. I was like, oh, I don't want to accidentally niggas show that shit on the replay. I'm like, like, what?
But other than that, Saquon did it like 150 yards. He had that big 70-yard touchdown to start the game. But low key, fucking Jalen Hurts threw four of them things again. Ain't no one talking about that because he only had 180 yards.
What he's but no, I'm playing. But yeah, they did what they needed to do to win. And like you said, they weren't going to lose to the Giants twice. They already lost to them a lot earlier in the season, and they're going to get their get back. It's just Saquon was like, I'm definitely getting my get back this game.
And shout out Big Dom security for the Eagles. He pulled up on Cam Scatterboo in the hospital and brought some Philly cheesesteaks for your boy.
Yeah, I go on. That's some real nigga shit.
Patriots, I mean, everything's gonna be a blowout. Patriots blowing out Browns 32-13. Myles Garrett gets 5 sacks.
Five. How many championships the Booker T have, Paul? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he
Five of them
passed
things.
and he passed somebody for most sacks before get 30 or some shit. Possibly Reggie White. I gotta check.
And don't get me wrong. I'm okay with him throwing his helmet in frustration. I'm okay with him sitting there pouting here and there. I'm okay with all of that. As long as he don't start requesting for trades, as long as he don't start holding up. It's like you signed the contract. Like you said you wanted to be off this team in off season. And everybody and their mother was on his side. Like, yeah, Myles Garrett does deserve to get off the Browns. And then like the am I wrong? Like 24 hours later, he's inked in for like fucking the world's biggest contract ever for a non-quarterback, and it was like, oh, like at that point, I don't feel bad. So like I'm I'm okay with him getting mad because it is frustrating. I just fucking killed the quarterback pride, but as long as he ain't causing problems and requesting trades, no harm, no foul. Get as mad as you want. But
Um,
as long as I don't think he's requested a trade yet. But people have just been making a big thing about it.
Jit was upset about that shit. But yeah, but the Patriots, Paul. Your Patriots. That's what I'm gonna call them. And your Patriots, they're looking good.
The big dog, you see the big dog right there.
Mm.
Generational, some might say. That's That's what I wish we would have. That was the future, right? But yeah, no, Drake May did his thing. Trayvon Henderson finally gets more than like 5 touches. We'll see what that looks like going forward. But number one team in the AFC East, and I think the number one team in AFC altogether. So don't sleep on the Patriots right now.
Nah, the Colts exist.
Oh yeah, you're right, you're right. That's actually no, that's not the next game. Next game is the Bucks blowing out Saints 23-3. Saints don't even get
Yo,
a touchdown.
this game, if they could have got some quarterback play early, this game could have went very different. Because what? Because Spencer Rattler threw like 2 picks in the first half, but Baker was out here throwing picks too. Like the Bucks did not play a good game this game. The offense that looked like they were hurt for real, for
He
real.
he threw an interception. He also fumbled one of them things. And then second half we get the Tyler show. Well, moving forward, the rat attack has been benched. So Tyler Show will get his official start. So that means Spencer Rattler was like 1 and like 10 or 11 as an NFL starter. See how he looks moving forward, but yeah, no, Buccaneers look pretty shitty themselves. Baker Mayfield, 152 yards, got sacked a few times. I know he had some backup. I know there's a lot of injuries going on with the Bucks, but this was exactly other than the score. It's 23-3, but other than the points, this is exactly what we said. It was gonna be an ugly ass fucking football game. The Saints versus Bucks, ugly game every time.
But yeah, the Saints defense was like low key decent. Like they were holding it down, getting sacks, getting stops. I thought they was gonna block a field goal at one point. I ain't gonna lie to you. Motherfucking they was in there, but like the offense is just terrible. Like if Miles Garrett was mad, the Saints defense must have been fucking pissed.
And there was a there was a guy who had a bet that was like $15 to win 1 million.
Oh, I seen that.
Yeah, and it was K Dotton, and K Dotton came. It was the only leg he missed on for any time touchdown, and K Dotton was like a foot short of the fucking touchdown.
Imagine.
What? That's my 13th reason.
Imagine.
Colts.
It,
No, that is, I would have been sick to my stomach. I can't. I don't think I could go to work the next day. Like I would just be so sick and depressed.
15 to win 1 million.
1 million. I'd be fun. I'd be having fun with my like 5 to win 100. Having fun
I
with those.
I just watched the nigga spend $23 on a plate of food and they didn't even like it.
You tell me
Nigga,
there's $1 million that I just missed because I
that
don't
shit is
know.
crazy. Oh man, but shout out Kate Donovan for being a bitch ass nigga to fuck that shit up. New reasons
Colt,
to hate him.
Colts obliterate the Titans 38-14. Jonathan Taylor once again puts up 3 of them things.
Against but I think that's back to back three touchdown games because of Titans.
Where he has like four. He has 4 games, if I'm not mistaken, with 3 touchdowns this year. Arguably MVP. We'll see. He might be. He's probably gonna win Offensive Player of the Year for sure. That's probably in the bag, barring any injury. We'll see if he gets there because Saquon didn't even get it last year, and Saquon was fucking walking teams down.
Damn, I didn't know there were three this year. I thought he had three like all together. Oh, that's scary. Or
No,
four
I
all
believe he
together.
has 4 3 touchdown games.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I heard him say that, but I didn't know they were talking about this year. I thought they meant like in his career. I was like, oh, that's pretty tough.
Oh no. This boy. Have you seen the fucking I've seen screenshots of how big the hole be that pause that fucking Jonathan Taylor be going through.
Hey, that's a good line. Getting them up out of there.
Titans are just fucking scrambling, bro. It's
Yeah,
hard
they
because you
were
can't
hurt.
even judge Cam Ward. You don't even know like if it's him, the team, O line, coaching, play. Like they're just a mess all around. Like
Yeah,
this year's gonna be a wash. Like we'll see what we got next year.
yeah. I don't think they have the front office to figure that out. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Who do you think? You think Gruden? You think like, who's coming in next year? Fucking like any names? Like I can't even think of anybody off the top of my head. Like They better not bring no college coach in. That's all I'm saying. You gotta bring in somebody that can run some shit.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think we got to see who wins the Super Bowl. We're probably gonna try to get an offensive minded coach. But
Get Allah.
if the Commanders were balling like they were last year, I'd say get the offensive coordinator used to be the Cardinals
Clean
coach.
Cliff.
Yeah, that's what I would have said. But because he fits them niggas, like he's not a winner. They're not gonna win. But they would have tried to like use him to make Cam Ward like a Kyler Murray type monster or Jaden Daniels type monster. But Commander's not cooking.
Shit, Brian Flores. But
Nah, they
moving it
need an
forward,
offensive dude. You know how
we
Brian
got
Phillips Flores feels about bad quarterbacks.
we got the Broncos beating the brakes off the Dallas Cowboys 44-24. We should have seen it coming low key that like any team, no matter how bad offensively it is gonna do well against the Cowboys defense. And in the sprinkle in one of the top five defenses against the Cowboys offense, they're probably gonna do decent. Who knows? That the Broncos should have took care of business. But who would have thought they damn near doubled what the fucking Cowboys put up this week?
Nah, that shit's crazy, man. I mean, Pat Surtain got hurt in this game, so that he was like he wasn't playing at times in this game, so it was scary. I thought this game was about to be a shootout because Bo Nix is coming in here, bringing it down, doing what he needs to do. Motherfucking even their running back, he even got off a little bit when it came. And
Both of them did. The JK got 111 rushing yards, but RJ Harvey had the two touchdowns. RJ Harvey, the rookie, he broke off like the first or second play of the game, a 40-yard touchdown run.
yeah, this game was a shooter, but Sean Payton showing that he has Sean Payton mentality, and that was the point. I think they went for it on fourth down in the fucking red zone and made it, and I was just like, oh,
Okay, I knew I wasn't tweaking. RJ Harvey had two rushing touchdowns. He also caught one. So RJ Harvey, the rookie, had three total touchdowns this game.
nice.
But
But
Bo Nix threw four of them things.
The Broncos came ready to put some dope.
Packers get the win over Aaron Rodgers, 35-25. Steelers get the L here at home. It was unfortunate, but Kev, you know how we're saying how Aaron Rodgers could have been like the fifth or sixth quarterback in history to beat all 32 teams because he had a chance to beat the Packers for the first time. I didn't know that shit was gonna come back and bite him in the ass because then when he lost to the Packers, they said this is one of the few quarterbacks to have lost to all 32 teams in history because now you've lost to the Packers. I was like, damn, like, did, who would have knew it was a double edged sword, bro?
That's actually funny as fuck. But yeah, the Packers are 5-1-1. We still don't know what the fuck they are. And the Steelers are 4-3. And like I feel like their division's about to start kicking up again. They missed the chance to kind of like get some leeway.
I can tell you right now, the Packers got Tucker Kraft, who people are. Tucker Kraft, I watch him play, don't like going like 146 yards, I believe, two touchdowns. Like he absolutely snapped, but he reminds me of George Kittle. Like when he plays, like it's just like that looks like it could be like JJ Watt and TJ Watt, like that looks like that fucking Tucker Kittle out there. Like I
Tucker
don't,
Kittle is crazy.
yeah, but he, I mean, shout out to him because he definitely won some people some fucking weeks on Sunday night football. Who would have thought your tight end's probably gonna come in here and put in 30 points, two tutties, 150 yards?
National tight end day, bro.
Yeah, he lived up to it, so Jordan Love put up like 360, so he finally did what we're hoping he would do. But Packers defense, they're saying not Packers, the Steelers defense, they're saying needs to get their shit together because this is not normally what Mike Tomlin defenses look like.
Niggas is telling me crazy. So like I got a homie that's a Bears fan, but for some reason Aaron Rodgers is his favorite quarterback. So he
That's his
was see
poppy.
yeah, I'm not even gonna get into that. But I was kind of happy to see both those teams lose this week because I was like, if it wasn't for the Falcons losing too, I would have been talking a little crazy in the chat. But yeah, the Steelers,
A little bit.
their defense. I mean, people try to glaze them because they got names, Jalen Ramsey, Darius Slay, and Joey Porter and shit. But that secondary is not it. Not it even a little bit right now. They've been getting cooked. They got cooked terribly by Jamar chasing them last week. And then this week, the Jordan Love got off. They better figure something out because they get cooked. They can keep getting cooked consistently. This team is not going to win the division. They might let one of these teams come back. Like
Low key. And in our final game of the week, the Chiefs took care of business 28-7. Um, I mean, was it really ever in doubt? I mean, it was an ugly game to start it off. I think nobody scored for like the first yeah, no the Chiefs scored 5 minutes into the second quarter. And then even then, the Washington didn't score until about a minute before the halftime. Like it was 7-7 going to halftime. This is a low scoring ass game. Chiefs turn it up in the second half. Isaiah Pacheco gets hurt a little bit. At no point was I ever worried. And Marcus Mariota is a band aid to what might be a big time problem. Because even when Jaden Daniels comes back, I don't think this team is very good right now.
sir. I mean, 21 straight unanswered points.
And I can't pinpoint if it's the like I know Eckler got hurt, but even with Eckler, I don't think the run game's very good. Quarterback plays kind of been mediocre. O line play and defense ain't that been that good. Like there's nothing to write home about with this team.
21 unanswered points. I remember watching this game thinking like, oh, the Commanders have some fight in them. Scary Terry's making some crazy catches on the sideline. But the Chiefs, they were dialing in. Like Travis Kelsey was getting motherfucking that work again. Like I'm not gonna make it seem this is
Open.
vintage Kelsey, but like this motherfucker was open all day. I'm talking about he's open and he's still getting hella yak just off the fact that there's nobody around him. I don't know if they were just if you knew if they were playing him and Pat had that connection and they're just playing through the zone, but they did not keep a body on that boy, and that just opened up the rest of the passing game. And even when they were getting stops, like they forced the fourth and goal when it was the Chiefs' chance to go up 14-7, and they just couldn't stop them. Like Pat Mahomes breaks out to the right. The linebacker, I can't remember if it was the linebacker or the safety, but he comes back and he tries to crash Pat Mahomes at the line of scrimmage. Pat Mahomes runs up, throws that bitch up, Kareem Hunt all day,
And
end
I
zone.
can't just glaze the offense because Pat Mahomes looked kind of mediocre in the beginning because he had two interceptions in like the first three drives. He threw two of them things. Uh, but the defense for the Chiefs, they took a couple interceptions themselves, a couple fumbles they forced. They three and outs, fucking going teams going for it on the Washington going on for it on fourth downs and not converting. The defense for the Chiefs came to play as well, and the Chiefs in the second half cleaned up all the sloppy shit they did in the first half, and then just piled that bitch on.
Yeah, they did what they needed to do.
Outside of this slate, I haven't even given this game much thought. We have Thursday night football, week 9. Baltimore 7.5 point favorites on the road coming to Miami, Kev. These are two teams with 2 wins. You would say that both teams need to win all the games from here on out to even have a hope to make the playoffs. Dolphins, 7.5 point dogs at home, Kev. And I'm here to tell you why we're gonna win. We got our swagger back this week. We took on the Falcons, bro. This is us one bird to the next bird, bro. We're taking on the Ravens this week. The last, I could be mistaken, but I'm, I have good memory on. We played the Ravens the last 2 times we played the Ravens. If I'm not mistaken, we beat them. We
Yeah,
had
you guys did have that crazy comeback.
the crazy comeback where two of those like fucking like 300 yards in the second half. Tyreek just take the fucking top off going deep, and then we had the game where we were like 1-4 or 1-5 going into it. Similar situation like this Thursday night football game, short week against Lamar, and we bottled him up and we won the game. Why am I to feel any different? I believe that was a Thursday night game. Here we are again. He's hurt. Even when he was here, they didn't have a great team. They just got a win over the Bears. Our defense looks like they're fucking actually here to play for once. We our offense, when clicking, can compete with any team. And with a Ravens defense that, yeah, the Bears gonna get didn't get off on them, but the Bears are hit or miss. If we can get off on that defense, which is one of the worst in the league, especially against the pass, and McDaniel draws up the best plays and gets Waddle involved, Achan, Ollie Gordon, Malik Washington, I like us right here. 7 point dog. This is where McDaniel saves his fucking. This is the we get a win here. McDaniel saves his job for another like 2 3 weeks.
Yeah, I had the Dolphins until you told me all of that. Like I literally was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think Lamar coming off the injury, like this game's gonna come down to doing something spectacular in the fourth quarter, most likely. I think Lamar is gonna fuck up. Like I suppose that was my mindset, brain set coming into this. Until you told me that they've lost the last 2 games, and this man is from Florida. He's going to Miami after being out for fucking 4 weeks. Like what?
Fuck that pussy.
I'm expecting that boy Lamar to be Lamar in this bit. Like I'm expecting dude to at least have a decent game. But another reason why I'm kind of just had to switch my pick was because even though this passing defense is weak as fuck, they have played well against the last 2 quarterbacks who everybody was saying, oh, they're decent quarterbacks, but they made Matthew Stafford look I and motherfucking Caleb Williams. We saw that. So knowing that this team is lit right now, knowing that this team, like, I'm not saying they poured the Gatorade, but knowing that they feel like they silenced the haters for a week, I'm kind of scared now.
Fuck that pussy, bro. I love Lamar, bro.
Oh,
But fuck that, bro. Nah. We at home, big home dog, home dogs on Thursday night football. I ain't got the number in front of me, but I just know it hitting. I know that shit's
yeah, they haven't stopped it. But yeah, so this is cool. I don't think we've been split on a Monday night pick in a minute. And only reason why we weren't split last week is because I listened to you. So dang, let's see if this makes sense this week.
started off hot this week. But as always, appreciate everybody for watching along. Have a good Halloween. We'll be back to make some picks later this week. As always, go down, like, and subscribe. Comment who y'all got this week, any locks. As always, I'm